Okay, let's get started. So this was the last question on your assignment, y equals 4x minus 5. I asked for another equation where it has a steeper slope. So what does that mean? Increase which one? The 4, right? So a steeper slope means that I need to increase this number, and a lower y-intercept means I have to decrease this number. So Pedro, give me one example. Okay, what's another one?
7x minus 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't do that one.
Right, so okay.
Go back and fix it.
Alright, remember -5, if you have to lower that, it's a lower number.
Go back in. As long as it's lower than 5, right?
Yeah. So anything that is greater than 4 and lower than 5, it would work.
What if it's negative?
It is negative.
No, what if I wrote like the x number?
Oh yeah, actually, you know what? Yeah. Would this work? Does this work? Yes. Yeah, so because remember, steepness is as long as that number is bigger. It could be positive or negative. Okay? Positive, negative doesn't affect. Positive, negative doesn't affect the steepness. Okay, so you guys had a chance to start on this, so we should be able to go through this really quickly. Graph the equation y equals 2x. So with y equals 2x, what's your m? What's your b? Zero.
It doesn't exist.
It always exists. 0. No, 0 and does not exist is two different things. So up to over 1. Up to over 1. Up to over 1. So this is your line. Alright, this is y equal 2x. Now if I translate this graph 2 units up, it means I'm translating every single one of these points up to. So this point, if I move it up to, is going to be here. This, if I move it up to, is going to be here. This point, I move it up to, is going to be here. So my new line is going to look something like this. What is the equation of this line? Y equals 2x plus 2. Perfect. Okay. How is the equation of the graph connected to the equation of the graph in 1? So how are these two similar? How are they different? Same slope. Yeah, they both have the same slope. Different y-intercept because it's shifted up too. Okay. If I didn't give you any of these equations and just looking at the lines, how would you describe these two lines? Parallel. Good job. Parallel lines. Okay. So, what makes two lines parallel? Okay. Now looking at the equation. Yep, they never meet. What?
They're on and on and on and on and on.
They have the same slope, right? Parallel lines would mean that they have the same slope. Okay. So whenever you see two equations with the same slope, you know that the lines are parallel. Okay, so same thing right here. Graph y equals 2x. Alright. Up to over 1, up to over 1, up to over 1. So there's my line. Okay, so this is y equals 2x. I'm going to translate the graph 2 units left. So every one of these points, I'm going to move it over 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Like that. connect the dots. Okay. Find the equation of this line. What is the equation of this line? Y equal? Sean? 2x plus 4. Right. How is the equation of the graph connected to the graph in... Okay, so comparing these two again. Same slope. Different y-intercept. Okay. And what do you notice about the two equations you have just found? Okay, so I kind of jumped to the conclusion up here instead of down here. So there are parallel lines with the same slope. Okay. What conclusion can you make about the new equations of a line after it's been translated? Use what you've seen in this lesson. So whenever you translate, doesn't matter if you move it up, down, left, right, what stays the same? Any? I heard it. What stays the same when you move it up, down, left, right? I heard you say it. Be confident. You are right. Okay, Petro. Yeah, the slope stays the same. Good. So, no matter how you translate, so like up, down, left, or right, translate means up, down, left, right. All right. Slope stays the same. Okay, and translate. You're gonna use this word again in grade 10. Okay, so all good. Okay, moving along. Okay, number 11, don't worry about it. We can skip that. Graph the relation y equals 3x. So y equals 3x. What's my slope? What's my y-intercept? Good. Slope is 3. Good. So up 3 over 1. Up 3 over 1. Okay. I could also go down 3 over 1. Okay, so this is y equals 3x. Imagine a pin is at 0, 0. Rotate this graph 90-degree clockwise. So, clockwise. Okay. So, if I rotate this clockwise 90 degrees, where would this point go? Yeah. Yeah, and then what? So instead of 1, 3, what would this point become? 3, negative 1. Good. What about this point? If I rotate it down, instead of 2, 6, 6, negative 2. Okay. So my graph okay. So if I rotate it 90 degrees this way, so 90 degrees this way, rotating it, my new graph is going to look like this. What is the equation of this line? Y equal? Yep. Jasmine? Oh, sorry. I thought your hand was up. Okay. What's the slope here? Petro? Yeah, negative 1 over 3. So negative 1 over 3x. Okay. How is the equation of the graph connected to the equation? So what's the same, what's different with these two when you rotate a line? Antonia?
The slope becomes reciprocal.
Yeah, not just reciprocal, but negative reciprocal. Yeah, so slope is negative reciprocal. And I love how you wrote this I spelled it wrong, didn't I? No. Reciprocal. It's so hard to spell it capital. Yeah. Reciprocal. Yeah. Okay. Slope is negative reciprocal. So if this is 3, it's 1 over 3. If it's 5, then it's 1 over 5. So that's what it means by reciprocal. It's flipped. But it's not just flipped, but negative reciprocal. Notice your slope now is a negative slope. You change from a positive slope to a negative slope. Okay? What about y-intercept? Is same. Yeah. Stays the same. It's the same. Okay. What conclusion can you make about the new equation of a line after it has been rotated? Use what you've seen in this lesson. So the conclusion we can make is, remember this? We rotated 90 degrees. So if I draw this square right here, how would you describe these two lines?
Perpendicular.
Excellent. Perpendicular. So perpendicular lines have negative reciprocal slopes. Reciprocal slopes. All right, very important word. You need to use this word all the time, especially whenever we talk about perpendicular lines. So perpendicular lines have negative reciprocal slopes. Okay. So in this one, let's just make sure that we understand y equals 5x is this line right here. Okay, so this is y equals 5x. Y equal 5x. If I rotate it 90 degrees, what's the my new equation? Y equals negative 1 over 5x. Down 1 over 5. And then there's my line. On the test, I do need to show this 90-degree symbol. This means that these two lines are perpendicular. Okay. So this little square, make sure you have this symbol. This shows that the two lines are perpendicular. Okay. We're doing great. Now y equals 4x. Y equals 4x, so my y-intercept is 0. My slope is 4, so I have this line right here. Okay, y equals 4x. Now I'm going to reflect, or in other words, flip the graph over the y-axis. Okay, I'm going to flip it over the y-axis, so this line is now going to be this, flipping it. So this point, instead of 1, 4, where will it be now?
Negative 1, 4.
Negative 1, 4. And this point, that's negative 1, 4, it's going to go over to 1, 4. 0, 0 is still there. Okay. What is the equation of this line? Yep. Perfect. Good job. Okay. Now, how are these two equations related? What happened to your slope? Slope became negative. Negative. Whoops. And y-intercept stays the same. Alright. So this is actually something new on EQAO, where they want you to see like reflections and rotations. Before, reflections, rotations was not until grade 10. So now they moved it down, but it's okay. It's not too bad. Okay. And then last one. So same thing, but we're going to flip it over the x-axis now. So let me graph the y equals 4x first. This is my red line. Y equals 4x. And now I'm going to flip it over the x-axis. I'm going to flip it over this. So where does this point go? Instead of 1, 4, it's now at 1, negative 4. And this one, negative 1, negative 4, after I flip it up, it's going to go to negative 1 and 4. Okay. Mohini, what do you notice? It's the same thing. Y equals negative 4x. So same thing. My slope is became negative, but y-intercept stayed the same. Right. So based on that, what conclusion can you make about the new equations after reflection of the line about the x-axis or the y-axis? Yeah. Yeah. So no matter how you flip it, your line, since it goes both ways, if you flip it left, right, it becomes this. If you flip it up, down, it still becomes this. Okay? So no matter how you reflect it on the, so reflecting on the x-axis or the y-axis, slope is negative and y-intercept stays the same. But I thought that was pretty interesting. So no matter how you flip it. Okay, and then the last bit on the back. It's very fast. This is really fast. Okay, sketch the graph of each linear inequality. So the only what's different with this equation than all the other ones that we've done? Yeah, so instead of equal to sign, I have the greater or equal to. So if I just gave you this equation, you guys know how to graph it. It's y-intercept 4 and your slope is negative 3. So down 3 over 1, down 3 over 1, down 3 over 1. And then you have your line. All right? But notice here it says y is greater than that. So instead of just drawing the line, now we're going to shade it in because it's y greater than. So anything greater than this line is part of your answer. Okay, so because y is greater than, we shade in the right side of the line. So let's try this. What's M? What's B? M is? Yep. So what do I plot first? I plot negative 5 on my y-axis. And then from this point, I'm going to go up 3. 1, 2, 3. And then over 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. I still draw my line as usual. Okay, there's my line. But my equation says y is less than that. So should I shade in this top part or this bottom part? So how many of you say shade in the top part? How many of you say shade in the bottom part? Okay, so y less than, less than, less than. So this part, you're going to shade in this part. Okay, so you see this question was y is greater than, so it means above your line. And then y is less than means below your line. Okay. This one. What's M? What's B? And negative 1. Good. Okay. So negative 5 right here. There's my first point. My slope is negative 1. So what do? Yeah, down 1 over 1. Down 1 over 1. Okay. I don't have enough room right here. So what could I do? Rihanna? Go up and then to the left, right? You know the direction of your line. So you could do it this way as well. Alright. Okay, I still draw my line, but there's a little trick right here. Who recognized the little sneaky part of the equation? It's not greater than or equal to. It's just greater than. So how do I show it's just greater than? What do you think? So I still need to somehow draw my line, but instead of line, I'm gonna do dotted line. Okay, so your dotted line shows that, yeah, this is still negative x minus 5, but you can't touch the line. Okay, and y is greater than that. So should I shade in the top part or should I shade in the bottom part? So those who say shade in the top part. Those who say shade in the bottom part. Top part it is. Y greater than, so higher than y. So I'm going to shade in this part. Okay. Y is greater than, so shade in that one. Okay, let's just try one last one. And then I'll let you guys to try these two. Okay. Y is greater than negative 4. What's my M? What's my B? M is 0. B is negative 4. So negative 4 right here. M is 0. So what type of line is it? Horizontal. Good. Remember, 0 over 1 means you go in the elevator and then realize, oh, wait, we're on the same floor. So you just keep going across the door to the right, the door to the right. So then you get a horizontal line. Okay. What type of line should I draw? Dotted line, broken line. Yep. Okay. A dotted horizontal line. And y is greater than -4. So should I shade above or below? Okay, so 3 people are right. The 3 who put up their hand. Yeah, so y greater than. Y greater than. So above. So all this. All right. Take 2 minutes now. Try these two. 2 minutes. Try these two. Okay. I'm gonna hide my answer. And then I want to see if we get the same thing. The graph is a little out of, yeah. Okay, for number 5. Can somebody describe their graph to me for number 5? Okay, Petro?
The slope is 2.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the y-intercept is 5, so I put my first dot at 5.
-5.
By 2.
-5.
Negative 5.
Yeah.
Negative 5.
Mm-hmm.
I increase by 2 every time.
Yeah.
And then I shaded the top part.
What type of line?
Linear. Straight, positive.
Solid line, broken line?
Oh, solid. Oh, broken. Sorry.
Yeah, broken line. So your graph should look something like this. Right? And that's great communication. Okay, so on the test, if I ask you to describe the line, that's the type of answer I'm expecting. Okay, what about this number 6? Solid line, okay, with a y-intercept of and a slope of. Yep, and are you shading the top part or bottom part? Top part. Good job. Okay. Notice right here, I put the point here, and then I tried to draw my line and then realized, oh wait, it's not a straight line. So then I realized I put the point in the wrong spot. Yeah, so remember, these are all lines, so your points should always line up to make a line. If it doesn't make a line, you probably plotted it wrong. Okay, so since you guys did an assignment today, you guys did great, so no homework tonight. Yay. Alright, so I did this lesson after the assignment because it's a nice and short one. Pretty straightforward, so hopefully you guys got it. Okay. You will see these type of inequality graphs on the test and on EQAO. This was something new that was added. Okay, good job guys.